What if history took a sharp turn in 2020? What if Donald J. Trump had beaten Joe Biden and secured a second consecutive term in the White House? How would the pandemic have been handled differently? Would the US still have withdrawn from Afghanistan? What about Ukraine, inflation, or abortion rights? This isn't fantasy. This is a serious look at what could have happened. Based on real facts, real data, and real policy patterns. Like and subscribe for more. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell for more history documentaries. Please watch the video till the end, as good interaction would help the performance of the video and the growth of my channel massively. A different outcome. How Trump could have won in 2020. For Donald Trump to defeat Joe Biden in 2020, a few key factors would have needed to shift. 1. COVID-19 response. The pandemic damaged Trump's approval ratings. In this alternate reality, suppose Trump had embraced mask mandates early, supported lockdown measures more proactively, and publicly backed vaccine development under Operation Warp Speed, while coordinating federal support more transparently. 2. Messaging discipline. Trump's communication style often created controversy. In this scenario, a more focused, less inflammatory campaign targeting suburban voters and older Americans could have swung key states like Arizona, Georgia, and Pennsylvania. 3. Economic aid. If Trump had passed a second stimulus bill before the election, that direct aid may have turned public opinion back in his favor. With these changes, Trump wins the Electoral College, perhaps narrowly, but decisively. The immediate reaction. In the North, urban, progressive areas in the Northeast and West Coast would erupt in protests and court challenges. Many Democrats would see the result as illegitimate, especially given the real-life backdrop of Trump denying the 2020 results when he lost. In the South, Southern and rural voters would be energized and triumphant. Many would view Trump's win as a rejection of woke culture, liberal elites, and globalism. His base would be more loyal than ever. Joe Biden, after a narrow defeat, would give a gracious concession speech, urging calm. Behind the scenes, however, Democratic leadership would begin positioning Kamala Harris and other rising stars for a 2024 comeback. Trump's hypothetical second term. Cabinet and allies. Expect loyalists. Mike Pompeo returns to state. Bill Barr might be replaced with a Trump-aligned attorney general. Betsy DeVos would remain at education, and possibly a more aggressive Homeland Security Secretary is appointed. COVID-19 handling. Vaccines still roll out under Operation Warp Speed, but mask mandates and lockdowns are lifted sooner. Trump avoids new relief plans, like the American Rescue Plan. Without it, state and local governments struggle, widening economic inequality. Foreign policy, Ukraine and beyond. Trump has long praised strongmen and questioned NATO. He likely delays or avoids large-scale aid to Ukraine in 2022, pushing for diplomacy or concessions instead. Putin might see this as a green light, possibly making the invasion even earlier or broader. Withdrawal from Afghanistan likely still occurs, but on Trump's original timetable, and possibly with even less coordination, resulting in greater chaos than in real life. Inflation and the economy. Inflation likely still happens due to global supply chain shocks, but Trump denies it's a major issue, blames the Fed, and pushes for interest rate cuts. There is no Inflation Reduction Act. Climate spending and clean energy investments stall. Fossil fuels remain king. Trump boosts pipeline projects and drilling. Social issues and domestic policies. Abortion. After Dobbs versus Jackson, Trump celebrates the end of Roe versus Wade. He calls it a great victory for life. He proposes federal limits on abortion after 15 weeks, sparking national protests. Congress does not pass it. Climate and the Paris Agreement. Trump does not rejoin the Paris Agreement. Clean energy takes a back seat. The EPA is defanged. Solar and EV subsidies vanish. Coal makes a minor comeback. Trade and tech. Trump's trade war with China intensifies. No CHIPS Act, but he pushes for a Made in America tech initiative focused on U.S. independence from China. Tariffs are increased. Relations with Beijing sour further. 2024. Who comes next? Trump hints at a dynasty. Names like Ron DeSantis, Mike Pompeo, Kristi Noem, and J.D. Vance rise within the GOP. However, Mike Pence distances himself from Trump after January 6th, which, in this timeline, may or may not have occurred, depending on how Trump handled his 2020 win. The Democrats regroup behind a moderate ticket, possibly Kamala Harris and Pete Buttigieg, or Gavin Newsom. Outcome: after 4 more chaotic years, voter fatigue sets in. Trump's GOP barely loses the White House in 2024, unless a third-party disruptor like RFK Jr. splits the field. A legacy rewritten. Trump's image would be reshaped, not as the one-term president who cried foul, but as a 2-term disruptor who reshaped conservatism. Whether you love or loathe him, he'd go down as one of the most consequential presidents of the 21st century. But would history judge him kindlier? That would depend on who tells the story and who writes the next chapter. Conclusion: a Trump victory in 2020 would have changed the trajectory of U.S. policy, global alliances, and social norms. Some would call it a return to strength, others, a democratic backslide. But one thing is clear: the world we live in today would look radically different. What do you think? Write your opinion and version of the story in the comments below. Please be polite and kind. If you want to know what would have happened if Dole defeated Clinton in 1996, click on the video on the left. Thanks for watching.